Hello guys, today we are going to study the first grammatical topic that we need to review this partial, and it's going to be about past modals for deduction. I am sure that by this point in your education you are familiar with what is a function of a modal verb. Remember that the main function of a modal verb, the normal ones that you already know, are that they give a special meaning or they add another meaning to a normal verb. Okay, in this case, we are not going to work with the ones that you already know. Actually, we are going to work with the perfect form of the modal verbs in past. And this new form that we are going to study is going to help you to speculate. Okay, it means that you are going to make inferences or speculations about the past. And the formula that we are going to use here is that you are going to have the normal modal verbs that you already know. For example, must, can't, may, might, and could. You are going to add the auxiliary have, and you are going to use a verb in the past participle. And this part, the one that you have here, is called the perfect infinitive. So what are we using here is a modal verb and the perfect infinitive form. And which is the use of this form is that you are going to speculate about the past. Okay, so we are going to start checking every single one of these modal verbs one by one. Every single one of them has a special meaning. In this case, remember that we are going to have, or we are going to be talking about the level of certainty that you have about some events about the past. Okay, so for example, when you use Mustaf, and it is very important that you pronounce it this way, Mustaf. Okay, when you have must have and the past participle or the perfect infinitive form, you are going to use it especially for when you feel sure about something that happened in the past. What does that mean? That normally you have proof about the things that happened in the past, and you are going to be making deductions that are very accurate and that they are accord to some facts that you already know about the past. So for example, when you say you must have been delighted when you heard you've won the lottery, it means that you are very sure that this happened because, well, if somebody won the lottery, it is you are sure that this person is happy. Okay, or when you say, for example, the thieves must have come in through the window, look, it is still open, you are sure that this happened because you have a proof. Okay, you are watching that the window is open, so you know that a robbery must have happened. Okay, or when you say, for example, oh no, where's my car, somebody must have stolen it, it means that you are sure that this happened. Why? Because you have proof. The car is not there anymore. Okay, on the other hand, you are going to have the verbs for when you are not very sure about the things that happened in the past, and nevertheless you are making a deduction. Okay, you are not very sure, but you are making inferences about the past. So for example, when you have the thieves might have escaped by car, but we can be sure, this might have, okay, this might have is going to be about a possibility in the past. We are not very sure about this action, but we are making the inference this could have been possible. Okay, all of them, might, may, and could, they are going to have the same meaning, so you can use them. You can use whichever one you prefer. Okay, but they are going to be exactly the same. For example, when you say he should be here by now, he may have been delayed by a traffic jam or something. This again is about a possibility in the past. And when you have, for example, I can find my purse, I could have left it in the supermarket, but I just don't know. This means that you are not very sure about the things that you are mentioned, but nevertheless, we are making an inference. Remember that this is just about possibilities in the past that we are not very sure about. Okay, and finally, we are going to have then the option Cant Have. And this is for when you are sure that something didn't happen. And this is very important. Something didn't happen in the past. You are sure that something couldn't be possible in the past. So for example, when you say, I thought I saw John in town this morning, but it can't have been him. he's in Greece this week. So you are sure that this can't have been possible because you know some extra information that makes you believe that something is true or not. Okay, the same with this one. I can't have left it in the supermarket. I had it on the bus on the way home. This is about my purse, for example, the one that I lost. Okay, you are very sure that you can't have left it in the supermarket. Why not? Because you are sure that you had it with you on the bus on the way home. And finally, for example, when you can't have read the instructions properly, they are perfectly clear. You are sure that this couldn't have been possible because you have this proof. Okay, you know that they were perfectly clear. So the last one that we are going to check is going to be should have. Okay, should have is for when, for example, you wish something to happen, but it didn't happen at the end. Okay, normally we also use this for when we are talking about past mistakes. So that is the use for should. For example, when you say, "Oh, I was so worried about you should have called," what does that mean? That you didn't call, but I should or I wish you should. Okay, when I say, for example, I'm sorry that I am late for work, I should have woken up earlier, what does that mean? That you wish this would have been different, but it wasn't. Okay, you are just showing your regret, showing that you are sorry about your past mistakes. So that is the sense, that is the meaning of should have. And finally, with shouldn't have, it is the other way around. Okay, in this one, you did something and you regret about that something that you did. For example, when you say Mary shouldn't have gone to that party, she has a lot of problems there. What does that mean? That you did this action and you regret about that action. You wish you haven't done it. Okay, and then it says he shouldn't have bought that house. Sorry. Now he has a lot of debt. It is the same. You did something and you regret of doing that something. So remember, shouldn't have and should have, they are going to be showing regret. Okay, and that is a function of those modal verbs. Now, well, we are going to have this practice. We are going to work with this practice, but we are going to do it. We are going to do it in our next class. I am going to ask you to answer these exercises. Read the context very well so you don't have any problem. You are going to do this. You are going to do this also. You are going to describe also this image so we can discuss it in class. Okay, so I am going to ask you to make some inferences, some deductions about the situation, and you are going to do these deductions by using your past modal verbs. Okay, again, guys, I remind you that if you have any problem with what I have explained in this video, please make all your questions in our following Zoom meeting. Okay, so that's it about the past modal verbs. I hope that everything is clear. If not, remember that we are going to have the meeting in which we are going to solve all your questions. So that's it for today. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you on our meeting next class.